Okay. My name is Nelson. I should call myself Dr. Nelson, but that aside. So I'm a recent graduate of medicine, University of Nigeria, and part of the team Genra, made up of team members Chimakelechi Prince, Igokwe Mesoma, Nnamdi Obasi, and Enyola Ajani. 4 boys and 1 girl. There is no gender equality there. So, and we actually studied from University of Nigeria, medical student apart from Enyola Ajani, who is a computer science graduate. And we took second in design atom and third in the hackathon phase for Youth by Youth. And actually, it was a very great. We had a very great. We did enjoy our time in the program.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nelson, for that introduction. So also, can you tell us about your journey with For Youth by Youth? How did you connect with and join For Youth by Youth?
Okay. I was just basically in my room in the hostel, and my team members, Chimakelechi Prince and Nnamdi Obasi, so they came to meet me. I was like, would you like to join our team? We actually applied. We want to apply for Youth by Youth, and we want you to be part of the team. They had to bring me in because they are profiling a tech solution to increasing the number of people, young people that test for HIV. So, and they needed somebody that has this technical expertise to bring their solution to life, to bring their idea to something physical, to something real. So they met me. I was like, okay, I think the program looks very interesting. Sign me up for it. So that was how I joined the team, and they forwarded my name. And before I knew it, I had a ticket, a flight ticket. I was like, wow, actually, that was my first flight experience. That was my first flight experience. So since then I've been using, but now actually was my first flight experience. So I got a flight ticket to come to Lagos and for the program. So that's how I joined the program. My classmates actually brought me in to join them in the application, to bring my technical expertise while they bring in their own brain. So
awesome. Wow. And what a cool, like you said, what a cool prize that was to like be on a flight and just to go to and share your skills. That's awesome. So what have you contributed to and accomplished in For Youth by Youth, and in what capacity were you involved in For Youth by Youth?
Okay. In the program, I was the tech guide here, and the solution we offered was a social media solution because we believe young people in Nigeria and internet-based, they are more interested in social media. Anything social related. They are more interested in social media. Anything social, anything internet. If it is not sports betting, it's social media. Because the most visited websites in Nigeria are either sports betting websites or social media. So we saw that, okay, if we can't replicate sports betting and tell people to go and test for HIV using sports betting, no, we just have to replicate a solution that we believe people are already making use of, and try to see if we can actually bring people in and make them use the solution while at the same time telling them about this HIV self-testing. So we designed a solution called Billy, which is currently on Google Play Store. And the name Billy was gotten from Kambele. Kambele is the chief, is like the main person in Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Adichie. Chimamanda Adichie wrote a book, Purple Hibiscus, and Kambele was the main person in that book. And Kambele means let us live. So Billy, so I chose the name myself. I prefer the name to the group. I told the group, let's make use of Bile, which means to live. Kambile is let us live. So Kambile came to my head. I was like, okay, Kambile is very long and might look like we are just getting this name from this woman's book. Let's just make use of Bile, which is to live. Because it's an Igbo word and we are Igbo people currently. We are Igbo people and we believe the solution will first of all start from Igbo land because we are schooling in the eastern Nigeria. So we chose Billy, built a social media currently on Google Play Store, came back, invited top members of our student bodies, pitched the social media to them so that they go back to their respective constituencies and also tell them about it. And also offer them incentives to do that. So that was how we, after the whole event in the For Youth by Youth, we had to take it into the streets in the university community.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's very interesting and so cool how you kind of came up with the name and even the distribution after. So, and also going along with that, what has been your favorite part of For Youth by Youth?
My favorite part has been, the food was awesome. Very awesome. I always look forward to the food. The chicken was very soft. It was different from the chicken I used to eat in school. The chicken used to be very hard and but it was very, very soft. You put your teeth in there, it will enter very well. And so I always look forward to it. And we just have this kind of buffet that you just go and select, okay, I want to eat this, I want to eat that, I want to eat. It's not coming from your pocket. The money is, you don't pay for it from your pocket. So it was like, wow, eat and I prefer solution. Eat and I prefer solution. I'm a foodie guy. I love food a lot. I don't know how to cook, but I love food a lot. So the food aspect was superb. It was like A for me. A, not just A. Then I actually enjoyed meeting people, made a whole lot of friends with the team, listened to their own solution after the whole event, had this interaction with them, made some very great friends that I'm still in touch, still have their contacts today that we still talk very well today. So actually the connection between individuals, now I know this pandemic will make it almost impossible to have this face-to-face kind of activity. It's mostly virtual. But actually this face-to-face event is I think I prefer it to the virtual event. Because virtual events, you just get to see the person and probably that's where it ends. But face-to-face, you see, you talk, you touch, you shake the person, you smile, you actually, get to have this closer connection. To me, I don't know, in first world country, it might just be different. But to me, I think to face conversation. So actually I enjoyed the event and cracking our head for solutions. Because by the time we sit down, they tell us, look at the loophole in this your solution. So we just have to keep on cracking our head and making sure the loopholes are covered, and making sure the loopholes are covered. And the pitching also, when we are pitching this, that was my first time pitching. Actually, that was my first time pitching, and that actually gave me experience in pitching because I had to even pitch because there was, after the event, 1 year later, there was Forbes Accelerator program in Nigeria, and I applied and I had to pitch and I had the experience For Youth by Youth. So I actually enjoyed the whole event, but the food was A+.
Wonderful. Yes, that's so awesome. And it's always good when there is good food. But yeah, I totally hear you when you say about just that connection. And in-person events can be life changing. So that's awesome that you experienced that. And can you also tell me how, or tell us how For Youth by Youth has impacted your life? You can highlight the opportunities, uniqueness, or challenges in being a part of For Youth by Youth.
For Youth by Youth has actually impacted my life. First of all, that was For Youth by Youth gave me the opportunity to enter flight for the first time. So since then, I don't think I don't really, if I'm going interstates, I go with flights. Because then I used to have this fear of entering the plane. But after that event, I actually saw that it was really, really, really cool because something that is like 1 hour. If I go through the bus routes, I might go by I might spend 18 hours on the journey. But here, just 1 hour. Boom. That day, the day we came back, we even attended our lectures and went for our clinical rotations. But if I've used bus, I'll come back the next day. So actually, I enjoyed the first of all, the first thing that I saw was the plane ticket in my email. I was like, wow. So it has made me, to be forward thinking. Let me use that aspect and see that it's not every time I'll be suffering myself entering bus and then bus because I just want to save money. No, sometimes comfortability is very important. The other aspect it has improved me, and this one is the most important, is it has made me to think like to see problem in the sexual health field. After I came back and we brought up the social media and distributed the testing kits, we also saw problems that were arising, because pitching is it's totally different from being on the field. You pitch the solution, you might not, even the judges might not even identify loopholes than when you are already implementing that solution. So we actually started seeing so many loopholes, logistics, because many people, logistics is a very big problem in Nigeria. Many people, they might get to order for this test kits, and the time you're getting it is like maybe 2 days later, 3 days later, and somebody that is interested in testing for HIV wants to test for HIV at that point in time. He doesn't want to wait for the next day or 2 days later. The fear is at that particular point. And Nigeria has a whole lot of problems. Like in the next 45 1 hour time, another problem will replace it. Maybe the problem of hunger pants. Maybe another problem entirely. So the person wants to test for it at that point that he is ordering for it. So I actually discovered that problem also, though there was nothing we could do about it. We are not multi-billionaires to solve the logistics problem in Nigeria. And even if the solution should come in, the government doesn't encourage creative thinking. It will kill it off. There are so many solutions that arose and the government just killed it off for logistics. So I and Eniola Ajani decided to create a new solution. We call it Privi Test, and it's just a means where young people can just test for HIV and other STIs in an anonymous manner, but this time visiting a laboratory closest to them. So instead of them ordering for the test and waiting for 2-3 days for the test to arrive, we'll have a rundown of laboratories that is close to you that you can choose. And you go visit this laboratory without inputting any of your personal details. You just choose a test and choose the laboratory. The laboratory knows the test that you chose, because you get a random strings as an ID instead of your name. So you go there. So we are also creating a solution to the place that you tell the laboratory I came for to do a retrovirus and an HIV test. So you're not telling the laboratory what you came to do. You're just going in there with your random ID, and laboratory looks into their computer and see that this random ID wants to do tests for gonorrhea, HIV, syphilis, chlamydia. So it's actually made me to start thinking about, because I know solving logistics problem in Nigeria is a no-no game. So you just have to start thinking of ways to circumvent the problem and still encourage young people to go test for these problems. So we actually, hopefully, by next month, we should be fully live for the Privi tests. Hopefully.
Wow. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And everything you noted is so I understand that completely. So thank you for just sharing all that and being willing to share all that. And my last question for you today is, what message do you have for Privi Youth to continue to actively engage young people in research and in other aspects of their lives?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Sure. So what message do you have for Youth by Youth to continue to actively engage young people in research and in other aspects of their lives?
Yeah, actually, we said they should keep on engaging with the young people because the young people are the ones that, for a problem that affects me and affects my age, I think I should be the one to prefer a better solution than someone that is above me, like someone that is far older than the age bracket. Because I know there's an Igbo proverb that says, I won't speak it in Igbo, someone that wears shoes that know where it is pinching him. So it's, if this problem is really affecting my age bracket, I know I shouldn't. Engaging me would give you a sneak peek into the thinking process of how this problem is affecting us and how we think this should be addressed. It cannot, this solution cannot be just be gotten from maybe a roundtable government discussion. No, it can't be gotten from it. It cannot be gotten from those people directly affected by that problem. They will tell you, okay, this is what we are facing. When we go to the laboratory, the way the nurses look at us and tell us, and after the test, they start preaching. Yeah, you start saying, oh, this is actually where these people are getting, this is where the problem is. How are we going to circumvent this problem? So focusing on the exact group that have that problem is actually a big priority. And how we thank for use by you, because actually the experience was actually worth it. It was actually worth it, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Every bit of it. So I would say they should keep on engaging young people. It might not just be only HIV and AIDS, it might even be in other problems. So, and the majority of Nigerians are young people. So so far it involves Nigeria, not just Nigeria, Africa as a whole. So far it involves Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Young people will actually tell you, the old people in Nigeria, they are very conservative. Very, very conservative. They don't tell you, they might just tell you a very blanket answer. They won't tell you this, and this, no. But very young people, savvy people, they're willing to tell you how the problem is, and they can tell you and even tell you what they shouldn't know. So actually, they are the best people you should engage in creating solutions. Hopefully, the government will support them, because our government, I don't know.
Man, wow. Thank you so much, Nelson. That was awesome. And I really just appreciate that. And yeah, those are all the questions that I had, but I did want to open it up and ask if you wanted to just share anything else about your participation in For Youth by Youth, or even what your app entails, if you wanted to share anything else before we close.
The app, Billy, is a social media app. It's a fine app, actually. It's fine. Although it's just on Play Store currently, not really that active like that, but it was well built. It's a fine app. The interface, the UI UX is very good. And we actually intended, what we intended to achieve then was to bring it, to start with University of Nigeria as a pivot point. So from there, we test the solution and expand to other universities in Nigeria, because the University of Nigeria is like, let me say, the name of Nigeria, and they're next to like one of the Baba in tertiary education. So, but it didn't really work out as we were expecting. It didn't really work out as we were expecting. So, and also we reached out to industry leaders in different faculties, the politicians, the most popular individuals. Reached out to them, had a meeting with them, and actually pitched the idea to them, and they all went with it, went back. Actually, it was really booming in University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. But exams came into the play, and the medical exams should come in. You're going to switch off every other thing in your life for 2 months. So not giving attention to something for like 2 months will not. So if you don't give attention to something for 2 months, it won't be as strong as it should be. Because when we start writing the exam, we don't even expect calls from our parents. But the time we'll be speaking to our parents, we should be listening to read our books. That's how serious it is here. So it's not like the people normally have fun. Yeah, you have to be reading like their life is book. So then from there, the distribution challenges, we started distributing the test kits. People were actually getting access to it. People within the vicinity. Though it was challenging for those outside the state or who stay far away. So, but within the vicinity, actually, people were actually getting access to it, asking us how can we get access? Where's the nearest point we can get this product and all. So our solution was actually a startup solution, but not without its own flaws. Not without its own flaws. So that's for the solution. And because of the flaws, we just had to, some members of the team had to, start looking for a solution that might help reduce the flaw, the logistics, and the problem associated. So that's just it basically.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you.